go.
I would prefer that we smooth jazz and blues, actually. But...
Smooth jazz and blues. Is this something they do in Croatia, Luke? That you're bringing back?
Smooth jazz and slide. It is. It's rock and roll. Smooth jazz and slide.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah, cool. All right. Let me just get up.
That's a note to that then, Luke.
Okay.
Right. Well, if everyone's ready, let's begin. So
I can't wait for Ben to this big boss that he's got, or little boss planned for underneath the pub. He's changed it all, and now it's Luke's new dog with those burning eyes. Kill this, Luke.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking jealous. Anyway, last session or session, as I've got it written down here, we began with the Guardians arriving at the Vengeance ship, meeting their old ally Felix. Introductions were made, and Oramis reacquainted himself with his crew. The crew told him that the Admiral wanted to speak to him, and so off you all went to the Admiral's tower. Whilst there, it looked as if a big party had gone on the night before. Despite the state everyone was laying in the foyer, you saw the Admiral come down the stairs in his bright purple kimono, and he invited you upstairs, and he told you he had a job for you. He told you of the cultists, the same cultists you saw in the Shattered Coast a while back. They are in the process of setting up shop in the Shattered Coast. Apparently their numbers are growing, and he fears they want to take his city much the same as they have Dawnport. Speaking of Dawnport, he then told you the fate of Dawnport, which Felix seemed to already know, and how apparently a great white dragon and several cultists of the Black Prophet had taken the city. The Admiral basically offered a deal. See what you can do about the local cultists that apparently hang out in a tavern called the Dancing Devil, and he will pay you and reach out to any potential contacts that may serve as good allies to you in your fight against Rashak, the Black Prophet. Also, whilst there, with these cultists, you might find more information about Dawnport and what happened there, if that was something you wanted to go and pursue. You headed off to the Dancing Devil, and once there you found many cultists in this quaint tavern. You pretended to be bards coming to play in the tavern, and you had Damien begin singing for the crowd inside. You began to notice several of the cultists going into a back room behind the bar, and with the use of greater invisibility, Gylndan managed to get back there as well. You found a hatch, which, after a little bit of shenanigans, he descended down and appeared in a large cavern, hearing the sounds of some ritual going on and someone mentioning a prophet. After climbing back up, your group decided that violence was now the answer, and you took down the remaining cultists with ease. They didn't even get an attack in or anything.
There wasn't much of a group decision, in fairness.
It wasn't really, no. Durgaloff and his wife, the patrons of the bar, told you of the cultist going on downstairs and how they were basically paying him to use the space downstairs for activities. The money they had was paying the upkeep for the bar as it was sort of falling apart.
I forgot Oramis now owns a pub.
Yeah, so Oramis then decided to make him a bit of a business venture and once he pays 400 gold pieces to these people, will own 50% shares of the bar, now being a silent partner in the running of the Dancing Devil Tavern in the Shattered Coast. And this is where we pick things up. So you guys are in the tavern. There are bodies of cultists all around. And all the sailors that were here have ran off. Outside, they're like completely gone. What's the plan?
Head downstairs, I think.
Yeah, let's go down.
Head downstairs. All right. You notice
What's
Mazzy just
downstairs?
chugs the last of his drink before.
Oh wait, I know what's downstairs.
I
I
had
put
to go shit.
thingy on your shoulder, didn't I? So I could see what was downstairs. Quentin,
Yeah.
that's his name.
I'm not sure I actually saw anything. I think I just heard and maybe had like
Yeah,
a tiny glimpse of some.
Yeah, you had a tiny
Shit.
glimpse of a sort of cavern, and you heard people speaking in some cavern, and you heard someone screaming very, very loudly all of a sudden.
That sounds lit. Let's get down there.
Boy. Right, yeah. Let's get down there. So you each head into the back room, open up the hatch, and begin to head down. Are you just heading down there? Like, what is your plan to get down there? Just climb down the ladder? Are you going stealthily? Are you rushing down there, trying to, FBI SWAT break-in sort of thing? What's your plan of attack here?
I'll probably play the little room just upstairs. I mean, we can try and go down stealthily, but I imagine they might be ready for it.
Yeah. Okay. And seeing as it is a single file ladder, can I just get a marching order of who's going down first, second, third, fourth, last sort of thing?
I think Mazzy should go down first.
You're not wrong. He is a.
You mean
The
the
only
ranger
one with
without
no
dark vision?
Yeah. He'll be fine.
I mean, I'm happy to go first.
Okay, well, your funeral, mate.
Yeah. All right. So if Oramis is going first, Mazzy will offer to go behind Oramis as he's, I guess, sort of a tank that you guys have.
Given who we played in the last arc, it feels a bit disrespectful to call Mazzy a tank.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. but there we go.
Mazzy's just like a jeep in the army, he's not an actual tank. He's just...
He's very mobile. No one gives a shit.
He's one of those one of those vehicles that they're half and half, so they've got wheels at the front, but the back half of it is supported by tracks.
Everyone's like, "Oh, it looks cool, but what the fuck does it do?"
Yeah, because
So
if
that's
you go,
Mazzy all over, actually.
oh, you can't say that about the man when he's not here.
We love you,
It's alright.
really.
It's alright. He watches the stream.
Oh, yes, he definitely does do
He
that.
better be. Help with his study.
Absolutely. So we've got Oramis, then Mazzy, who might be after these guys.
I'll take Nate. Is Nathan? Do you want to come down? Or are you just gonna keep playing some music?
He stopped playing music. He hit one of them in the head with a ray of frost.
Okay.
He's just sort of stood
Nathan.
there like, yeah, what are we doing?
Let's go downstairs, Nathan. I'll go behind Mazzy and then Nathan behind me, and then maybe Doc if you bring out the rear.
Felix.
You are not Doc.
You're
get
getting
that
your
out of
small
the way.
people confused. Or smaller people.
I was gonna say they all look the same, but we're not about that here.
All right, so with this marching order, you all get up and begin climbing down the stairs, or climbing down the ladder. As you begin to go down the ladder, you are right, it is pretty much pitch black as you're going down here, so humans, you are screwed. Well, not screwed, but it's very difficult for you guys to be going down. You're having to feel for the next for the next foothold in the ladder, and when you get down, you're having to sort of feel your way around to actually maneuvering into a safe space. And I'll just stick you all back onto this map. So for those of you with dark vision, you appear in a
Is it
very, very
sorry, Ben,
dark
is it,
cavern.
is
This
it lit down here at all? Or
It's
there
gonna
is
get
light.
lit.
There is light coming from this back way over here, sort of behind you, but it's very, very faint where you are. Very, very faint. You can hear, anyone with dark vision can see the sort of edges of water creeping up on this side over here, as you can see. And you can hear the sounds of people talking in the background. Now, you were going down quite far. You're actually going down about 30, 40 feet on this ladder. So it's quite a ways underground. And yeah, you can hear, it seems, these cultists sort of talking. This is clearly a natural cavern. There's vegetation growing on many of the walls, lots of sort of bits of coral and things. It's clear that at one point this place was clearly flooded and now isn't. Maybe rising and falling of the tides or something is has affected this. And behind you, you can hear the sounds of a sort of call and response type religious procession. You hear a voice say, "It is through her fire that this world shall burn and be born anew." To which a large procession, a sort of congregation, replies, "May her breath cleanse us." And he says, "It is through her lightning this world may yet see light." again. To which the congregation replies, "May her breath guide us." And it's this thing going back and forth between them. What would you all like to do? It doesn't seem, as you all get down here, you sort of stand here in this space for a moment, and there's no one around you. There's no one coming for you. There's no one ready to come attack you. What would you like to do?
Well, I think this is a problem we're here to solve. So should we go solve it?
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
let's go find someone to interrogate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
interrogate.
I
Straight
will,
up there.
as I walk around the corner, I'm going to have a held action for whichever one of Mindsliver or Toll the Dead has a further range.
Yeah. Which way are you going? Are you going around the watery side or behind you?
Which way
We'll go
does
the chant's
sounds...
coming from the top way, innit?
Yeah, towards the chanting.
The sound's coming from the top way. Technically, it's also coming from the other way. It's just slightly muffled by the dripping of water and the echoes of the like small waves lapping against the sides of the walls and things like that.
Yeah, yes,
I
Master
can't
Collet.
move Oramis.
You what?
I can't move Oramis.
Oh, you can't move.
You can't move Oramis.
Yeah,
That's
I've got the same
a
issue with that,
problem.
Felix.
Yeah, everyone just make sure you can move. Yeah.
Oh, I can move Gylndan.
Well, that's a fucking issue, isn't it? I think I did as well as it works. I probably have
Not
to
just an issue.
one.
A fucking issue.
A fucking issue, yes. Gylndan, you should now be able to move Nathan.
Oh. Who?
And
James,
Mazzy
lovely
can now
boy.
be moved by all players. Cool. So, you guys are heading around the corner. Yep. As you begin to move around the corner, you see, now this is just going to take me a second to do the reveal on this one because it's quite a sort of large area. Bang, 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 bang. I'll probably say bang, 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 and bang. Right then. So,
Holy shit.
here is what you see. Actually, as you turn the corner, can I just get everyone to make me a perception check?
Yes.
There's some base stuff, but oh, okay. Aramis pulling out the 27. All right. So
I want to know their
As you
day of birth, where they were born.
I'm going to say, as you didn't decide to go stealthily, you just simply walk around the corner, and I'll tell you what you can see at a base level first. You see a large congregation of individuals knelt before a clergy of seemingly higher cultists. The congregation look like regular folk that you would see about the Shattered Coast, except they each have some changes. Some bear burn marks upon their arms that still glow red and charred as burned by fire. Some bear burns of a different nature, where the skin is peeled and shrunk back into itself, and the flesh has been blistered and changed, burned by acid. Some people have areas of their skin that is discolored and brittle, like rotting or poisoned tree bark. Some have marks and scars running up their arms as if struck by lightning, the marks still glowing with thunderous energy. And finally, some have appendages similar to the individual you saw outside, where their hands or feet are a pale blue and covered in a thin frost, as if their appendage has been subjected to a state of hypothermia. Just as a note, a good note to remember for this arc, so these cultists will all have the same token, but what burn mark they have essentially is represented by the color that is around their token. So that if they have a red border, fire, white border, hypothermia, ice, blue border, lightning marks, green border like poison, like tree bark poison, and black acid burns.
This seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
These marks and scars are all unique upon the people here, but fall under these 5 categories, which can relate to being the marks one would get if you were subjected to the breath weapons of the 5 types of chromatic dragon. Each of these figures wears a black robe that trails down to a triangular point behind them and a hood over their heads. The higher cultists ahead of them are similarly dressed and scarred individuals, but their cloaks are layered with sort of two pointed trails down their back, almost like a suggestion of wings on their cloaks. Their armor or weapons are of a higher quality to their inferiors, and they wear masks with wavy, 5 sort of wavy points extending from them. You also notice two other very important individuals in this area. The first is the central figure, a black dragonborn wearing purple robes and a large, gaudy gold necklace. The necklace has 5 gemstones studded into it, 1 red, black, blue, white, green. 5 colors of Tiamat. Except, Oramis, you would maybe notice a little more than everyone else that this individual, this dragonborn, is unique. First of all, and most noticeably, he has a tail, which you've never seen a dragonborn have except when Albers and Dazra change into their draconic form.
Oh, when Ben said this is going to be a quick arc, he threw the fucking final boss in a basement underneath a pub.
You also notice that one of his horns is broken off, and you recall that Albers, in the fight, when he banished Rashak, he said he took one of his horns from him. Yes, in your mind you think, shit, this is Rashak. Now, this worries you for a moment, but you have a very keen perception, and you think, why the fuck is this guy here, of all places in the Shattered Coast? And so you look at him a little more closely, and you realize that behind him, just sort of over here, set into the wall, is a small black orb. It would be indistinguishable from a regular ornament, just set sort of on a small, like, plinth or platform, just stuck out of the wall. And it's completely sort of black and swirling with black inky smoke. But there are these very, very faint lines connecting from the tip of Rashak to this orb. Almost like, yeah, he isn't, well, yeah, just lines connecting from this orb to him. What that means, you're not entirely sure. You can make an Arcana check, or if you tell your friends about this, they can make Arcana checks. But one more thing to note is the individual that stands behind Rashak, which also slightly alarms you. It is a wizardly figure wearing bright layered red robes, no staff on his person, but a large book in his left hand. But what interests you more is the tattoos upon his bald head. He's clearly a high elf, and he has tattoos sort of along the sort of sides of the top of his head, and they all lead down into the symbol of an eye just upon his forehead. Very, very similar to your friend Gylndan.
Pardon me.
I thought you were growling.
That's all that. Apologies.
I would also say with a 27 perception, you notice that this eye, first of all, unlike Glyndon's, blinks. It's a tattoo, but it blinks, which is a bit weird. And you notice that the eye, and him are looking left and right towards the end of the thing, sort of like somewhere way over here and somewhere way over off to this side as well. Somewhere in that direction. He's just constantly flicking his eyes over to those points and is seemingly, he's not quite listening, not quite revering as everyone else is. His mind is elsewhere. He's concentrating on something else. But as you all step in, no one seems to move. The procession continues.
Can I relay my knowledge?
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
guys?
of course.
Point out the orb
Yeah, of course.
behind Rasha.
Ben, would I know people within my sort of, with the similar
Order.
abilities to me? The blinking tattoo, that's different, isn't it? That's not something typically associated
Make me a history check.
with history.
Gylndan. And this could be quite
The history is Glyndon's persuasion. Fucking balls.
13.
Oh,
Yeah, you swear you recall. Oh, pardon?
I thought I have a feeling I might make history checks at advantage, but I don't. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Why would you make history checks with
Because I'm super smart.
that? I think it's something like if you fail a history check, you would know where to get the information.
It's
about
yeah.
that from.
You always know where to find stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't necessarily recognize this guy, though there is something about that blinking tattoo. I mean, there are divination wizards in many places, but there's something about this guy back of your mind, like a word you can't remember, and it's just at the back of your mind, and you swear you've either seen this before, or you've heard mention of it before, or you've heard mention of a divination with a blink. There's something about this individual that is striking you as thinking, I have either seen him or I know something about him, or I did know something about him a long time ago, and now I can't for the life of me remember.
The others, if we're keeping a hostage or we're keeping someone to interrogate, that's the person.
Yeah.
Everyone else is cannon fodder.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that you would notice? No. No, I don't think there's anything else you would notice with that perception check. As you are sort of stood there, the procession continues. It is through her freezing eminence that we may numb ourselves to the voices of the weak, says Rashak. At which point the congregation replies, may her breath embolden us. It is through her noxious clouds that we may strengthen our resolve. May her breath strengthen us. It is through her holy acidic waters that we may be cleansed of our weakness. May her breath cleanse us. And they continue these call and response chant as you sort of equate yourselves within the room. At which point Rashak then holds up sort of this bowl, this wooden bowl that he seems to hold in his hand. It's filled with like water, but from here you can't quite get a sense of what the exact liquid is within. He just holds it up above his head. My children, the time is nearing. We all have work to do. And it starts with people like these gentlemen. And he points and looks towards you, at which point the whole congregation just turns around and looks towards you. These individuals are a perfect example of what is wrong with this society, why we need our queen. Unruly, disrespectful,
Do it.
taking matters into their own hands. I offered you a path, guardians. I stretched an olive branch. And you did not take it. And that will be a decision that you will regret. But unfortunately, we must continue our practices. We will get to you lot when this procession is complete.
What did you do to Dawnpot?
Nothing that it didn't deserve. And besides, the only reason we had to do what we did to Dawnport was because of your friends there and their interference in the work of the Spider Queen. If it wasn't for them taking the Spider Queen, I would not have to intervene in the ways I have. But they forced my hand. I suspect maybe there was someone in Dawnport. Was there not? Felix Parvusvir, the Guardian's newest ally. Friend come to die alongside them. As I said, this procession must continue. Let us all pray.
Oh,
just
by all
blast
People
means,
turn.
carry on, yeah.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast. Roll to.
Ah, sweet.
Is
What are you
anyone
aiming
else
at?
doing anything?
Russia.
Okay.
I had a mind sliver ready, prepared, so I'll unleash that on the first gimp here.
Alrighty. You fire off your Eldritch. You turn around like, fuck, I'm sick of this. You fire off your Eldritch Blast, and when it gets to about here, it strikes something.
Oh, right.
Invisible.
What about my
It's
mind
like
sliver?
it hits a wall, but the wall doesn't work. And you channel your energy to the Mind Sliver, but that too doesn't work. The energy doesn't transfer to this individual. You can see them clearly, but it just doesn't work.
Does it look like, as someone who has the spell Wall of Force, does it look like Wall of Force?
Yeah, tell you what, you have the spell Wall of Force. Yes, you would know that this is yes, this spell Wall of Force. And given what Oramis has told you about, who is doing what, this guy looking sort of left and right and things like that, and seemingly concentrating, you might get the sense that this individual, this divination wizard, is potentially the one concentrating on such a spell.
Alright, I'm gonna very quickly look at the others and say, right, I think we've got two options. We either flank round the other side, or I can break this fucking thing, but it's gonna cost.
I
That
think
procession continues in the background.
we can't. I don't think we can let them finish their.
Or we can just go straight through it.
I can break it right now.
I'm
You
just
think
going to
we
Misty Step
walk
through
through
it.
it?
Or Misty
Oh,
Step
well,
beyond
Yeah.
it.
that's all right for you, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. You misty step beyond it. At which point you notice this individual way. Which one is it? Yeah, the individual way over here has been sort of like looking down, but keeping his eyes still on you as this procession has knelt down for their prayers. And as you misty step beyond it, where exactly are you misty stepping to?
Like probably just like in the open here. Like if that looks like it would be
Yeah,
beyond the
all right,
barrier.
yeah. Yeah, you misty step towards this area, and can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw?
Okay.
Can I look at Oramis when this happens and just go, does this guy have a fucking death wish? What's wrong with him?
So you misty step to this area, Felix. You misty step through this barrier, and then you just hear this words, "Come now, friend, you wouldn't want to interrupt such religious proceedings, would you? That would be rude." And in your mind, you just think, yeah, hey, you know what? That would be rude. Oh, silly me. I wouldn't want anyone to interrupt any meeting I was having. And you suddenly feel very, very bad, and you almost feel like this individual, this very charming individual, has, yeah, he's really.
Oh
he's
wait,
really
hold
stuck
on. That's
you
magic, isn't
on
it?
a sort of level. That is magic. Yes.
I make these with advantage, I believe, because I'm a fucking gnome. Wisdom and charisma saving
again.
throws against magic. 40. Ah, that's probably not enough either, but it's better.
Not quite enough, I'm afraid. Yeah, you just sort of arrive here and go, huh? Yeah, sorry. And yeah, you are now under the effects of Charm Person. Let me just look at the. Let me just look at the thing for Charm Person specifically.
If you just
fails
quickly,
a saving throw.
if you guys are okay, if we can break at 8:30, and I'll swap out laptops because this is bad. I completely forgot that I had that other option.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Cool.
If it fails 7 throws, charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you and your commanders do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friend. You regard them as a friendly acquaintance. You regard everyone in this room as a friendly acquaintance.
Everyone?
These guys don't
Not
seem
just
too bad,
the-
Felix, actually. Well, yeah, regards you as a friendly acquaintance. Okay. So I guess not everybody, but certainly,
Felix has had thoughts
certainly
about
this one
joining.
dude.
Dave, I don't like these people you're
certainly-
hanging around with. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I really, really can't approve of
Yeah,
these your new
certainly
friends.
Certainly this one dude, but the things he said to you are like, come now, you wouldn't want to interrupt religious procession. And this being basically now one of your really good buddies saying this, just think on how that might affect things. Is anyone else doing anything at this point after
Did
seeing?
it look like when he got charmed? Did it look like that was the divination wizard?
No. In fact, you would have heard the voice of this guy over here, this green outlined
spell
one
cast
with the
spell.
mask,
Yeah.
say something.
Okay, right. Oramis, fire another shot quick. See if it's still there. If it's still up.
Still there.
Okay. I think Felix is in trouble, so I'm going to bring it down, and I'm going to cast. I think this works. I think disintegrate will bring it down.
You have the spell, so I'd say, yeah, you would know that disintegrate does indeed bring down a wall of force.
Okay, right. I'm going to crack this egg.
All right. How does I think this is the first time we've actually had Gylndan do a disintegrate. So how does it sort of look when Gylndan does his disintegrating?
Well, as we're all Avatar fans here, it will be. I don't know if you remember when Zuko fights his father for the first time, and it's with the sun coming over, and he like fires lightning, and it's just like unbelievably powerful. It's kind of like that. Like he can't believe how much sort of energy is coming out of just the fingers, basically, and it just shatters this wall.
Yeah.
And you just think, oh, if someone got in the way of that, that would hurt.
Yeah, and as it sort of like strikes the wall, you can see very, very quickly just like cracks suddenly beginning to just appear in the air, as if there's like no walls there, but there are cracks just suddenly appearing, and then all of a sudden there's just this, just as the whole wall just disappears. Disintegrate spell falls. At which point, this individual, the divination wizard, pulls his finger. A small red ball appears upon his finger as he's clearly had his action held for you guys to do something such as this. And can I get everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw? As a small bead flies just about way over here. And then
Hang on, I'm trying to work out if I can counterspell this.
Is that a fireball?
that is indeed a fireball.
Do I even need to bother?
Yeah, yes, you do, because if you fail, you still take half damage.
Damn.
I think he's within 60 feet. Can I counterspell him?
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. Oh, wait, I might have counted that wrong. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He's not quite, he's like 65 feet out.
I'm measuring with the arrow.
You are measuring with the arrow, but the arrow is not necessarily always accurate because this isn't a grid done
I think
by...
in this instance it should be accurate. Okay, I'll tell you what for that's fine. Okay, right. Dex save.
Because I can't remember what you said about the charm, but because an ally of the guy that's charmed me has, I'm guessing, just hit me with a spell, does that break the charm?
Oh no, you don't have to make it. He's put it way past you.
Fucking tits. I rolled a 19 as well.
Oh lord, alright.
Do you want me to take
Let me do
Mazzy's?
Nate real quick.
Yeah, if you do Nathan, and yeah, could you do
So
Mazzy's as
second one is
well?
Mazzy.
Let me just roll. 86. Oh, that's a fairly... Oh, that's actually... Oh, that's a shit roll for Fireball.
Nathan
But-
did not see this coming.
To be fair,
Nathan
he's
did not
around
see
the
this
corner.
coming.
Hey guys, what are you staring in horror at? Ugh.
Oramis, you take 10 points of fire damage,
Yeah. It's a bit rude.
and everyone else takes 21.
Oh, that's alright for a fireball.
At which point I will say that the disintegration, the wall has shattered. Clearly, all of a sudden, like a fireball has been flung. Clearly, all of a sudden, everyone is springing into action. You just hear the voice of Rashak. Disrespectful mongrels. Kill them. And yes, can we all roll a bit of initiative here, please?
21 points fine damage on it.
Indeed. For reference, that was the wall of force that I had up there.
Felix 7 and Mazzy 16.
One thing I also meant to do, just... Mazzy still failed, so yeah, it's,
Yeah,
that's 21
I've handled
points
Mazzy.
to... Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so let's get some initiative going over here. People...
Just like you handled him in the battle royale. First one. With your fucking cape.
He was so mad about that.
Oh dear God, he was...
The thing
yeah,
is,
he was-
I think I've never seen like it's funny when you watch things like pressurized situations where people just panic because he had a lot of options to deal with it, but he just wasn't expecting you to throw the cape at him, so he just didn't know what to do.
But also, I don't think he realised that the cape had hit points and HP and could be damaged, because every time it just got up to him, he'd just run away from it. He wouldn't do anything to it. And
Yeah, I think he was thinking it was like
He
a
could have
spiritual weapon
carved-
or something.
If he'd have just like gone at it with his
yeah, if he'd
double
gone at
attacks,
it, he could have got
carved
through it
in
in
a
sort of
couple
3 or
rounds.
4 rounds. It's got it. It had like 60 hit points or something like that, so it's tanky-ish, but it's like paper AC. It's like 12 or something, so he wasn't going to miss.
Let's see. Okay, so those cultists are at that. So what have we got here in terms of initiative order? So we've got...
Where I've rolled 12,
Oramis at
I've rolled Mazzy
14.
second.
Yeah, that's cool. So, alright, so we've got Mazzy up first. Then we've got Oramis.
Oh, I need to remember I've got the spell stone. Get you guys to load it up with some shit.
What's the max you can
Gylndan.
load up in it?
4th level, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, 4th level.
that's a shame. I got some spicy higher shit because I loaded into there. But
Your second one, Gylndan, was that just an accidental second one?
it's Nathan.
Nathan just goes after you. Whatever your initiative is, I'm just saying, for ease, he can either go before you or after you. You choose at the start of combat.
Okay.
and
Yeah. Okay.
that's-
Fun. That's
that's-
easy. Yeah, we'll
and
do
that's
that.
it. Yeah, so we will work it that way. And I just need to go on and do that. I'm going to do that and go. Cool. Alrighty.
Mazzy's volley, Ben. That's basically everyone in like a 4x4 grid, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, first up is Mazzy. What would Mazzy like to do in this instance?
I mean, knowing Matt's propensity to shooting absolutely everything, if he runs here, I think he can hit 1, 2, 3. I think he can hit 8 of the cultists with a volley attack.
Yeah, he probably can. So Roll to hit 8 times for Mazzy.
1, 2, 3.
I'd be surprised if he didn't hit any of these, but
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, he got tired towards the end.
oh, yeah. So he misses the last 3,
Okay.
but the first, 5 roll. Go ahead and roll damage for those,
So,
and I'll just go by red, white, blue,
yeah,
blue.
so 9.
Actually, no, I'll go
10,
black. I'll just start with the ones closest to you.
6, 11, 17.
What is this ability?
Oh,
He's just able to
This is his
shoot at-
Mazzy's ability, volley. He can hit any number of targets within within 10 feet of a single point.
I don't think Matt's ever used that.
No,
used it
because
once.
he got it like at the very end of
He had it in the
using
last
Mazzy,
arc,
and I don't think
when
there was many opportunities of having lots of people.
when we came across that group that was being attacked right at the beginning of the last arc. He used it then to take out a bunch of
Oh
people.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's the only time he's used it.
Okay, yeah. So you watch Mazzy just all of a sudden just firing off these arrows. It sends the 2 individuals with like acidic burn marks at the front, like onto their knees. They're bleeding, but not quite as bad. The one against the green one at the back just thunks into his neck and he falls dead. Mazzy ain't taking no prisoners today. The one in front of him, slightly less bad. And the last couple. And then the last few, his arm is just getting tired. He's like, oh my god, just trying to get anything off.
Is
Trying
any
to
of
scare
this
them, but the last 2 arrows just skittle
sort of
across the
here or
ground.
here an elevated position at all, Ben?
Like slightly elevated. Like a couple of feet up.
Okay.
But that's basically it.
Well,
He'll
jump
like
up
a
there.
step
Why
up,
not?
basically. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Cool.
Hello there.
If that is Mazzy's turn, then it'll be up to the higher cultists who are next. Now these cultists, I need to get up there.
What did Mazzy roll? Initiative-wise.
You got a 16. Now what have you got in the locker? You've done your thing. Tell you what he's gonna do. He's gonna look towards his friend over here, this guy with a sort of frostbitten arm. No, that's concentration. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. The fool. He's going to use his bonus action to give the guy with the frozen arm advantage. Use a help action, basically, on him. And then he's going to... Yeah, I guess he'll... Can't really do much. 5, 10... Actually, no. He'll stay back here. That's all he's going to do. Give the guy to the left advantage on his first attack. That's basically it. Next up is Oramis. What you got on the locker?
I'm gonna be somewhat intelligent for Oramis.
What?
Okay.
Somewhat intelligent.
Our
Not
have been
intelligent.
swatting up in our absence.
What's the range on this? It is 120 feet. Sweet. I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. Flat bang right there.
Alrighty. Okay. So hypnotic pattern, they need to make a wisdom saving throw. Do you want to draw out the thing so I know what I need to... I'm assuming just getting like 30-foot cubes, so if you were to get everyone in the 30-foot cube, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so that's up to the white dudes. So that's the 2 guys in the front. They need to make saves. 14 plus 1. Nope, that doesn't make it. So first one failed, second one failed, third one failed. Right, now these guys, fuck's sake, failed. Finally a pass. Rashak passes. Yeah, and that easily passes. So Rashak and the divination wizard at the back are the only two people to pass that. Everyone else is suddenly like, how does your hypnotic pattern look as Oramis? So I don't think you've cast this as Oramis before.
Never cast this before. No. I picture it as like a swirling gold and silver and maybe a bit of purple, almost like flames.
Yeah, just suddenly sort of appear wreathed in the air for a minute, and as it swirls, it almost just sort of everyone looks up like, and they're just caught in this like enrapturing visage. You can see everyone's like pupils just go really, really wide as they're clearly like charmed in this way. Oh, actually, is it charmed? Is this a charmed effect? Yeah, does it say a pattern appears, each creature in the felt the creature becomes charmed? Aha!
For God's sake.
There we go. Advantage. Still a fail. Still a fail. A pass for the green guy.
It's a shame.
And still a fail for the white guy. So basically, all advantage did was give the green guy a pass. Yeah. Cool. All right.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna curse. Actually, I'm gonna curse the divination wizard.
Curse the divination wizard. All right.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Take it back. Take it back. I'm gonna curse Rashak.
Okay. You go. You point towards Rashak. You try and curse him.
My
And
next
your curse
Is that a
reaches
spell?
it is a ability, and your curse reaches nothing. You do not feel any presence there. You try and reach out with your warlock abilities, but there is nothing to reach.
Okay. Can I just shout that out to the guys? That
Yeah.
I don't think Rashak's actually here.
Okay. Cool. In which case, it is the lower cultists, the regular cultists.
You turn around to say that to find Gylndan is already like out of the cave. Fuck this.
So, regular cultists, they're going to recognize that Felix is charmed and go, okay, we're not going to attack you then. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Basically, all these guys just swarming up on Oramis.
Oh, tag
25, 30. This guy's going to go for Mazzy. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy's going to move around here. What you... actually, no. That's going to be it. You do also, just to the right of you, Oramis, you would hear on this turn just the rattling of chains in the room just to your right. You just hear like some chains like rattling and moving and straining against something. But that's
sounds like a Friday night, Oramis.
But that is basically what you hear. Gylndan, you're up. Oh, actually, no, they get to make attacks. Duh. All right.
Is it, like, are they just? Do they want his autograph?
intimidating.
They just stood there being intimidating. No, they are, of course, going to make attack rolls. Here. Where's my other D20? And let's see if I can hit anything. There's another D20. And... oh no, I've lost a D20. Where's my red one gone? Fuck it. This will be enough. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can
And
do
there's
it
only,
live.
actually, there's only 3 people around him, so I don't actually need all these. Oh, okay, so there's a natural 1, a 7, which misses, and 18 plus 4, 22. Which hits. So you see that these cultists from behind them pull out, like, they look like sort of regular weapons, not incredibly well made, but they're all fairly similar, but a fairly standard make. And they're generally just like short swords or scimitars or small clubs. This guy does have a scimitar, and he pulls it out, and he hits you for 6 plus 2, so 8 slashing damage. And the one that hit you was a blue one, so you also take 2 lightning damage as he sort of swings the blade towards you, and you just see, like, in part of his arm where he's swinging the blade, the mark that he has almost lights up, almost as if, like, the lightning strike is suddenly, like, flaring again, and it channels into his blade as he strikes down upon you. But that is basically them. These guys are actually going to use their action to dash. I forgot these two can dash, so this guy's going to dash right up to Mazzy, and this guy's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and dash up to Gylndan.
I need to make a con save.
Yes, for Hypnotic Pattern. Yeah, DC 10. Yeah, you're fine. Cool. Then next up, Gylndan, what are you doing?
I saw. Did these guys get? They took a bit of a hit from.
Yeah, this guy right in front of you is basically holding in part of his gut as the arrow is still within him, but he's like slowly flagging towards, like, as he's like holding this arrow in his
Fucking
side.
Drama
He's
queen, chill out, man.
bleeding to all.
Oh, dear. I'm gonna bring out Bigby's hand. Bring me the hand.
Bring him the hand. Now, I don't think we ever actually had. I'm trying to remember. I don't think we ever had a token for Bigby's hand. I will get one sorted for you. But there was one I used just on like the. There was, yeah, I think it was like this. Basically used as Bigby's hand. So I'll just let you control that now. You can now control that hand. You should be able to anyway.
I'm gonna pop it here. And then as part of casting the spell, I'm gonna attack this guy. Make a melee spell attack. So it's just a d20 plus my spell.
D20 plus, well, make an intelligence check and add 5.
I don't know, for some reason what you just said has really stumped me. I think it's because I wasn't listening to you. Sorry.
Intelligence check plus 5, yeah, because, yeah, 21 definitely. Which one are you attacking? The one right in front of you, or?
Yeah, do I get advantage?
Technically, yeah, you would, so that is a crit.
Okie dokie. So this is...
That's 8d6, I think.
8d8.
8d8, fucking hell. It's now a really bad time to tell you he's on 1 hit point.
Yes.
These guys have 11 HP.
Oh, god damn it.
These regular cultists, literally, like regular dudes, regular people just employed by the cult. And regular dudes for you guys to whack to get back into using these characters.
Okay, right, so he's down.
Yeah, this guy in front of you. The Big B's hand is summoned, and it just sort of like summons and then just like just slaps him down to the floor, and he just crumbles into the ground.
You just got Bigby slept, and then I'll go 5, 10, 15, and while I'm here, I will flare up my Althor's All-Seeing Eye.
Alrighty, Althor's All-Seeing Eye.
Which I believe is
so
a
that
bonus
is...
action. So everyone who's within 30, I think it's 30 feet of me, so you'll get a plus 5 to
30 feet of
something
you.
in your next go. And then, because my intelligence one modifier is now 5, and then it buffs my AC as well, so that's good.
Yeah, so your AC
So, yeah.
is increased by 5. Everyone else's, you can use it on a single attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. You can add 5 to whatever.
So, yeah.
You can only do this once, and it only lasts for 1 turn. So
next turn basically. So that was 15, 20. That's my hand. Piece off hand. I just have to remember that's there. And then I'll go 20, 25, 30. I'll get a bit of cover there.
alrighty.
That's me. And I'll put my little symbol up saying I've got a Althor's Eye.
Cool. Now it is the turn of the divination wizard, and he is going to. What is the divination wizard going to do? He's used that. He's going to use a spell, and he's going to look towards. I'm going to roll a quick check for him just to see if he would have noticed. Nope, that's a one.
Sorry.
No.
Are we doing the thing where we alternate between good and bad guy?
I wasn't originally, but that's just how the initiative orders worked out.
I was going to say because it would be Nathan next, wouldn't it? But if you want to do it like that. that's fine.
Actually, yeah. You go with Nathan while I just figure out this guy's turn.
So I think this is Nathan's first sort of like combat. So he's also been smacked by a fireball. So he's maybe a touch intimidated. So he's just going to pop round the corner and then fire off something at this guy attacking Mazzy.
Yeah.
He's going to Scorching Ray is a spell, isn't it? It's not.
Scorching Ray is a spell. Yeah.
It's a good spell.
His classic, his default, he would have told you like the thing if you ever stuck on what to do, Ray of Frost, simple cantrip. But otherwise,
he'll just Ray of Frost.
Any spells or anything that you feel that he wants to do, he can of course do. 13 does just hit this guy.
Yeah, pussy. Oh, that's a mighty whack.
That is a mighty whack, and this guy's run up to Mazzy. He's not bleeding too much. Mazzy's got his bow out, and Nathan just sort of pulls his sort of 2 fingers. Frost appears upon them. He slings them forward, and it's almost like this bolt of ice just sort of flies over, smacks this guy in the back of the head, and just as the cultist gets in front of Mazzy, pulling out this like scimitar, this bolt of ice just and like freezes over his head, and the guy just falls to the floor. And as it falls to the floor, the bolt of ice just shatters, and this guy's out cold, like on the floor.
And then he's gonna just tuck back around the corner. I did it, boss! I did it.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, "Oh my god, please tell me someone saw that." Mazzy's very much like Han Solo, like, "Good job, kid. Don't get cocky." Cool. Which point, yes, it is finally the divination wizard's turn. He's going to look. So he sort of moves forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You know what? No. You know what he's going to do? He's going to be a right bitch, and he's going to cast Dispel Magic on this area. Therefore, dispelling your counterspell as it is third. I believe that's how it works. I don't think they have to make a check. If it's the same level or lower, I will just check.
Yeah, if it's the same level or lower, it's fine.
Yeah, any spell of third, yes.
But
so
if it's hypnotic pattern, is like the pattern still in the air that he can target, or I thought he had to target an individual? I thought you had, because I know you can target an effect, but
yeah, you can target an effect, and I would say it is the effect of hypnotic pattern targeting. Oramis is concentrating on it. Therefore, I would say it is still an ongoing effect for these people. In their mind, they are still seeing the hypnotic pattern. As much as it only appears briefly for everyone, it is still an effect that I think is like all of these people are still viewing to a certain extent. and therefore I would say like, it's something that you can concentrate on. Therefore, it's an ongoing effect. Dispel magic. He gets rid of it, and that's
It's just
basically all he's
I
going to do.
don't know if I'm making a point here. I'm just curious. Don't warlocks cast at their highest available spell? Oh, but then Luke's multi-class, isn't he? God damn you, Luke.
He has. So I think Luke, your
Third
highest level
level is my
spell
lad.
slots. Yeah, it's third. Yeah.
Oh,
That would
I thought
have
we
been
had-
actually.
I thought we had him
really-
on a technicality.
Yeah, no, that would have actually been a very, very important point of order there. Good looking out, but sadly, Yeah, and that's-
no, fuck you.
that's basically what this guy's going to do, and he's just going to stay here. He's actually going to move up now behind this guy, and he just sort of like whispers something into his ear. You don't quite understand, hear what he says. Cool, Oramis, why are you so big?
I accidentally deleted my tokens, added it back in.
Fair enough. Felix, you are charmed, my dude.
I can't really do much, seeing as I now apparently consider everyone here